Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another episode of Build-A-Figure. This is just a series where we check out custom head sculpts, outfit sets, we do kit bashes, you name it. But most importantly, we build figures. Today, I'm going to try to put together my perfect 2018 God of War Kratos, using the ONETOYS and Wolrdbox figure as the base, then grabbing some parts and pieces not only from the Mondo one, but the SW Toys and Shark Toys version. I've not actually reviewed that one on the channel, so this video, the first time I'm going to be showcasing it. Not sure if that's the right word to use because it's a pretty rough figure, but you'll see what I mean. I picked up my second copy of this ONETOYS Kratos from KG Hobby. Now, at the time of filming this video, they've still got some in stock. Not a promotional video, but I thought I'd mention it because when I reviewed him, so many people wanted to pick him up, and he was sold out with 1/6 kit. Link to KG Hobby's website in the description below. For your reference purposes only, not a promotional video, this is a custom figure review / build video of sorts. This is the ONETOYS Kratos right out of the box. Very Ragnarok-esque. So what are we going to keep from this? The body for sure, the head sculpt absolutely. Not sure about the other bits and pieces. We'll see as this video progresses. So this is the Shark Toys one. Don't get this as your only Kratos. Why? Well, let me show you. Et voila, here it is in all its glory. It's rough. The body choice far too skinny, his neck is massive. The beard is too brown. The head sculpt looks off to me. The tattoos aren't very realistic. And the outfit. This belt, completely inaccurate. This one is sticking out all over the place. This doesn't look great. It's a very cheap looking third-party piece. Compared to the ONETOYS one, night and day difference. What am I going to use from this? The gauntlets, probably these armor bits, maybe the boots. But definitely the weapons. That's the one thing that this version has going for it. This Leviathan axe is real die-cast metal. Just so we're on the same page, ONETOYS and Wolrdbox on the right, SW Toys on the left. Do I need to say more than that? Not really. What's going on with the SW Toys skin tone? And the proportions and the height of him. Their feet are in line, and the Wolrdbox version towers over the SW Toys one. What about Mondo's Kratos, though? For a lot of collectors, this is already their ultimate 2018 God of War Kratos. It's a great piece, there's no denying that. But something about the proportions and the visible articulation doesn't 100% work for me. So I'll be stealing some bits off this outfit, probably the skirt, maybe the belts, and using that for my custom. Just take Mimir's head, for example. The Mondo one on the right, and ONETOYS and Wolrdbox on the left. Mondo is larger in scale, don't mind that, but there is so much more detail with Wolrdbox. In the beard, the skin texture, the skin tone, the tattoos, the horns, they're actually shiny, the detail for the eyes, and real string up top. Not to forget about the gross-looking wound on the underside. Okay, enough going on about the various different versions of Kratos I'm going to use to make this, let's get started. Step 1 is to remove as much of his outfit as possible, then we can see what we're working with. And here we are. For you, a matter of seconds. For me, about an hour of futzing, trying to remove this bloody thing. It's one solid sculpted piece of PVC plastic, there are no seams. So to remove it, you have to do it the hard way. Heat it up, then slowly but surely, work it down his legs until you can eventually remove it. Initially, I'd intended to just use the Wolrdbox pants, but I've since looked at reference and they're supposed to be brown. The Mondo ones, they're heavily textured, they're not weathered though. That's why I wanted to stick with Wolrdbox. Simply not going to happen. I want them to be accurate. I'll be using the Mondo ones. Maybe I can just weather them myself. It may look like a random jumbled mess of parts right now, but I'm hoping it'll all come together. We'll find out very shortly. Interestingly enough, since I reviewed the first batch version of ONETOYS and Wolrdbox Kratos, they've modified the neck connector. Some people complained that his head sculpt sat too high on the neck and it looked like he had a giraffe neck situation going on. This being the new neck connector, his head sculpt is height adjustable. So you can still have it up high, or you can push it down, making him look bigger and bulkier. Just an interesting little tidbit that I wasn't expecting them to change. Let's go over all of the parts and pieces laid out in front of us. Boots, SW Toys. Gauntlets, also SW Toys. SW Toys Leviathan Axe, SW Toys Hands, Mondo Belt, Mondo Shoulder and Bicep Guards, Mondo Pleather Belt Thingo, Mondo Pants, Mondo Skirt, and Mondo Belt with the ONETOYS Mimir head sculpt. This is all down to personal preference. If you don't like the SW Toys bits, you want to go all Mondo, just do that. So this is awkward. I ended up using way more Mondo than I first expected. The only SW Toys pieces on this custom, the feet. That's it. Everything else, outfit-wise, except for the fur, is Mondo. So, if you're going to try this yourself, skip the SW Toys figure. I really don't think you need it. Now that he's done, really happy with the end result. But he's not perfect. The one thing that's kind of driving me a little crazy is the fur around the back. You can see the underlayer of sorts poking through, and that's simply not supposed to be there. There's meant to be more fur here, more fur on this side, and it folds over itself in the 2018 game. I'll figure out a way to fix that. For now, from front on, that screams 2018 Kratos to me. Oh, one more inaccuracy with the custom, I decided to pull the fur down as far as it will go, just to hide the split cut for the torso joint. In the 2018 game, his right nipple is visible, so technically speaking, the fur should sit up a lot higher than this. Because we ditched the elbow pleather cover pieces, now his elbow joints are exposed. My way of getting around that is I'm just going to display him with his elbows bent permanently, and that way it's not as ugly. I know, not everyone cares about exposed joints as much as I do. It's an action figure at the end of the day. It should be able to articulate. But I don't want to see exposed elbow joints or that split cut there for his shoulder. So on my Kratos, elbows bent, and a 3/4 turn might be in order. You can still see it, it's not as egregious. His belts, they're a little bit loose on him. That's because the Mondo body is way girthier than the Wolrdbox one. They're not overly loose, they're free-floating enough so that you can adjust them for posing, but it doesn't look like they don't fit him properly. At least, I don't think that's the case. One of the benefits of using the Mondo gauntlets is magnetic shield. Now I don't have to worry about that clip mechanism thing breaking, the one that ONETOYS and Wolrdbox give us. This, significantly easier to work with. And it's not just the collapse shield that's magnetic. If you've got the fully expanded one from Mondo, that will also work with this, because this is Mondo and so too is the shield. I've also hit the collapse shield with a gold dry brush just to bring out the sculpted detail. The skirt, it's cinched around the waist underneath all of this stuff. Pants, no problem. The knee pads, boot guards, heat them up a little, they'll slide right on there. The reason why I had to go with the SW Toys feet over the Mondo ones is these attach to the Wolrdbox ball joints for the ankles, whereas the Mondo joints, they're bespoke and they're very strange. They weren't compatible. I've just popped the Leviathan axe on his back and seeing it poking out over his shoulder, yeah, I reckon I'm going to rock him like this. I'm pleased to report the Mondo Omega symbol clip on the harness is fully compatible with either the Wolrdbox ONETOYS Leviathan axe or the SW Toys one. I'm curious what this guy is going to look like with the angry head sculpt on him, so let's give that a go. Very close to perfect, if you ask me. The angry head sculpt, the 2018 God of War custom, and the Blades of Chaos. That's my recipe for the display. For a quick side-by-side comparison, 2018 Kratos on the left, my custom, and on the right, the stock, out-of-the-box, special edition pre-order bonus version of Kratos from God of War Ragnarok. If I had to pick between them, it's gotta be the stock one. He's just a proper, well-thought-out, well-put-together product. Whereas the custom is exactly that, he's a custom. He's cobbled together using as many bits and pieces as I could find to make him as accurate as possible. But I love both of them. I will make space on my video game shelf to have 2018 Kratos right next to the Ragnarok one. Wrapping up on another episode of Build-A-Figure, I'll keep this very brief. This was probably my laziest custom yet. Just using the Wolrdbox head sculpt and body, then all of the Mondo bits and pieces. But I'm still proud of it. This is now my 2018 Kratos. Standing there, he's got presence. And most importantly, he reminds me of the first time I sat down to play the game. I could have just stuck with the Ragnarok one. That figure is incredible. One of the best third-party figures I've ever seen. But my introduction to God of War was with the 2018 game. So I wanted to commemorate that in 1/6 scale. Hence, this custom. Is he perfect? Very far from it. Look, certain things aren't accurate, that's true, like the fur underneath the chest strap shoulder armor thing, but I'll try and fix that later. For now, this as a simple, straightforward kit bash, that's what we'll call it, it proves that it's not only doable to have a 2018 upgraded Kratos in this scale, but he can look pretty darn good. Now I got my second ONETOYS and Wolrdbox Kratos from KG Hobby. I've popped a link to their site in the description. For your reference purposes only, this is by no means a promotional video. Today we've built a custom 2018 version of him, using the Wolrdbox figure as the base. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.